this is Kristen Kinker with Dayton. So this week we had transfer training, and Dayton doesn't have a client, so we didn't have to go, but I still tried to just bring him as much as I could. So Monday and Tuesday morning, we just, he just stayed in a downstay while the clients shared their stories and their testimonies and everything. And he did really well, healing through the library. He did great. Monday night we went for group training. We went to Marshall's and Dick's Sporting Goods, and he did good. We worked on some different things, just getting him acclimated to scary stuff, and we worked on like holding things for long periods of time because he had kind of struggled with that. We worked on pay attention some more, which he's slowly getting better at that. He's still kind of struggling alerting us when people are coming up close from behind, but we have been working on it more. On Tuesday night we went to Walmart, which we were really nervous about taking him back there because the other week we took him there for the first time and he got like really stressed out after about a half hour. It was really crowded that day. Probably wasn't the best idea, but we had to end up leaving because he was so stressed. So we were kind of nervous this time bringing him back, but he did awesome. He did so good. We've gotten better as trainers, like using more verbal encouragement, and I think that helped a lot. And it was less crowded, on a weekday rather. Last time we went, it was a Saturday, so that helped. But he did really great, and so I'm excited. I want to take him back there again, and hopefully he'll continue doing great. On Wednesday, we did transfer training at the mall, and he did good. He just stayed in a downstay under the table while I ate in the food court for about the first hour. And then we went with Eva and her dog, and we worked on healing because she was having trouble similarly to the same ways I was having trouble with Dayton at first. He was just not, staying focused, healing and stuff. And I got a lot of help from Kyrie and Caroline and the other staff, which really helped me. And so I was trying to help her and show her the same things about using verbal encouragement. And she's kind of getting it. She still has a lot of trouble just being peppy and constantly talking to her dog. I think it's either Mercer or Memphis, one of those two. And her dog ended up having like a stress poop when we were working on it. But we got that cleaned up. And yeah, that was my main advice to her, is just really being peppy and keeping his attention verbally constantly, which she wouldn't really do. She would kind of just say something and then she wouldn't talk for long periods of time, and he would immediately start losing his attention. So I just kind of gave her advice on that, to work on that. But he did wonderful with it. We worked on some on-leash recalls with her as well, and he did great, everything. And then he was with Ashton the rest of the week, and then we went home to Virginia this weekend. That's where we are right now. And so he came home with me, and we went to church this morning, and he did really good. I was kind of nervous because we have a lot of like young kids at our church, and it gets kind of crowded in the lobby, but he did good. No one tried to pet him or anything like that, which was awesome. He just healed, and then when we were in the seats for church, like during the service, he just was in a downstay, and he just slept the whole time. He did great. And then afterwards, we went to VCU's medical center to visit one of my friends who just has a lot of medical complications, and she's in the hospital a lot of her life. She's had to deal with stuff and is in pain a lot. And so we went to visit her, and it just brightened her day so much. She loved getting to see him. He just was up on the hospital bed most of the time, just cuddling with her. And she just said it did so much for her anxiety to calm her down and everything. And so now we're just resting, and we're returning to Wilmington tomorrow. So thank you. Bye.